that he was going to have to take more of that supportive role. Now having Nato who can do supportive stuff too, it's bang on. blme, kOnfig, and poizon, still a very potent trio. And as we're talking about in-game leaders, well, Apex, he had a massive game the other day when they were able to bring it back from 15-9 down versus Fnatic to put them in this position. And blmeF, well, you've heard us talking about him. He is the workhorse over there. And not only that, he puts himself as an in-game leader in a lot of these more clutchy. Our predictions, who's gone? Oh, Harry, okay.
Feeling himself, feeling the complexity upset. Of course, it does revolve around those stars. Looking at the total points, it seems like, actually, we should probably ask Rush what's going on here, because he's clearly the best at this prediction game. Obviously makes him the best analyst. That's the only way this works.
Well, you know, I watch a lot of games, you know, so
yeah.
I pretty much know what's going down, even when I...
Like teams that have like quite a lot of tactics, so he's going to remember every tactic, because we play with a lot of tactics, and it's not going to be like, he's not going to like hamstring us in terms of like, we can't run this or we can't do that.
Right.
And we kind of told him like, just do what you're comfortable with, but like you don't have to like try to do anything extra. And we've honestly told like kOnfig, we've told like poizon, like you boys need to step up now. I think in the last tournament we played Pro League, they didn't step up and we got destroyed by Na'Vi and we got destroyed by Astralis. But then for the G2 game, I think like kOnfig and blme, they all popped off, and yeah, we got a nice win.
Yeah, and there were big performances out of the two big names in the team just the other day. Now, we have the veto on screen here. You guys have opted to ban Inferno. No surprises there. Vitality getting rid of Train. Can you talk us through the Mirage pick?
I think if you look at like the last 3 times we've played them, we've actually beat them 2 times on Mirage, or maybe even 3 times on Mirage, actually. I think it's a map that they're not actually that comfortable with. They're quite hard to read. They're quite scrummy, but I think in general, like French teams aren't that comfortable on Mirage. And even though our map percentage might not look that good, we're pretty comfortable on it. And because it's a map where like, for example, I guess you know that we used to pick Nuke almost every time, but with NATO, we're not as comfortable on Nuke as we used to be. So like Mirage is a bit more of a like simple map and a puggy map. So it's just like quite an easy map to pick.
And then Dustio, I imagine, fills that same kind of void in terms of kind of easy to integrate a 5th man into it.
I think it's because we've lost our last like few Dust games. That's why they've picked it. But we actually won 15 games in a row before that, I think. And the last Dust game we won was like with Owen, when we knew that like we were through the groups and we were playing phase and our heart wasn't fully in it. And then with me playing against Source, I'm not really sure if that counts, but it's a map they definitely like. So we honestly did expect it.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you now, I'm going to be grabbing you for more interviews in the future. That was very insightful. I thoroughly enjoyed having you along for the veto ride, but we do have to get this once. You're chomping at the bit, Chad?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, I thought he was desperate to ask another, but we will let you go, Keita, and I'll let you get the boys equipped to try and cause another upset.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mirage, to start things off, we heard from Coach Keita letting us know that this is a map deliberately chosen for its simplicity, fundamentally driven, and NaToSaphiX filling that seat due to his ability to know all of the strats.
I think the stack window already kind of alluded to the fact they're going to be in that situation. Apex trying to stay prevalent, though. Already getting a little bit of damage started, but it's nothing to write home about. It's a bomb plant, and it's CT side presence and pressure from the T team. NaToSaphiX, that was quite brave of you. kOnfig, though, does keep it together. misutaa instantly trades it out, though.
I think NATO's worked out that they're coming from CT. You can see how they're just basically pushing jungle so that they don't just give these jewels to the CTs. And it makes a lot of sense now. Double peeking, time's not on their side, and losing misutaa's a problem. The smoke in the kit, that's Shox. He can still have a chance here to contest his rush, and he's missed his shots. Oh no, disaster. Rush is going to be kicking himself. If he had got that frag, that's a complexity win. The retake comes off. Shox and Zywoo.
He has no idea that Shox could be up here though, so he's going to go down.
That's an AK, wow.
Easy as you like. That's 1 bullet to the head will take down kOnfig due to that lack of armor and an AK given.
Now Shox is there in support, confirms they're crossing, missing his first. 2 have down. blme's lost his life. That's the bomb. poizon's going to lose it as well. Oh, and robotic stuff from Shoxy. Good start from NATO. Could have found a 3rd as well. But it's a full ace. Shox.
They were a tactical team. And one of the highlights of the French and Source was watching their tactics. But
that spray was really quite clean. Long range.
This whole round should be clean.
Yeah, it is. Spotless.
I was enjoying a
mini-map. It would be a small price to pay. And it looks like Shox is going to get his ultimate. He's unlocked it. Going to be looking to summon the ice wall at that ramp position. Oh dear, look at that. Just like that, so the round is lost, and so are 2 more frags. They'd have liked to have made it a little bit more economically sound, but it looks poizon's responsibility to bring this win home. Having to step it up, and a narrow miss. Another as well, and that's enough of a track for poizon to connect his spray. Apex is still standing and fighting, though. This is so classic. Oh, he nearly got them both. poizon's still there. He has to bail himself out with the smoke grenade. I think poizon might want to spray this. He is. pushing into the head. And now numbers are favoring once again the complexity roster. misutaa, Shox looking to continue will. It's down to misutaa. Rush is the first to drop, and oh dear, this looks disastrous. Nato does very well to find the floor bang. And RPK going down keeps it competitive. Now an advantage for falling into complexity's favor. Shox around the edge of the smoke. That's nice. His position unanticipated, and the smoke towards the stairs isn't going to save poizon yet. It's going to have to be off the back of a flash. Or it doesn't have to, obviously, but I was having a look sandwich, and that's the frag. Big find. Blame's overcommitted. He's tucked in on the ramp position. They do deploy a smoke onto the bomb, I assume. Does find Zywoo trying to transfer. Shox is catching a lot of bullets, but he does go down. He rocked the clock enough. I don't think Shox has got this. He's still sticking around, though.
He's got it.
Really? Oh, right down to the wire. Shox.
Yeah, waiting on those mollies to come in, see how much it does dislodge the players. misutaa's still going to take one with him. So even with that molly coming in and eventually taking him down, maybe they're feeling a little uncomfortable on this. The reflash, RPK in the off angle, does get one, but blmeF on the trade. We've got 30 seconds on the board here. This is starting to get quite tricky for the T's as poizon is still down so low. He took so much damage earlier on from Zywoo. blmeF matters into own hands and fails at it. Bomb now left in a almost untouchable place. A matter of survival.
Yeah.
He turned, was flashed a little bit, turned back, and had 5 seconds before he had to take a fight. It just didn't feel like it was something that, you know, it doesn't feel like a complexity round, and this one doesn't either. They've just been mopped up. Rush has done some very nice multi-fragging, but he paid a heavy price, and it's Zywoo to finish the job. 6. Vitality running away with it.
Yep, floppy hair.
Oh, not the dream smoke. In fact, it's achieved nothing.
Oh, that's nasty. But the boost comes in just in the nick of time. That could really help out. Now misutaa, very comfortable, turreting around. Shox now, actually overwhelmed. So that could be a plant.
Well, there's a smoke there as well. That could play a huge part in this. It was just on the corpse, and no one's picked it up.
Look where the bomb is.
The bomb. Oh, no, this actually just lost. Great camera work.
That we can really quantify. So we were discussing whether it should just drop at the feet like the AK.
I think it makes more sense. I don't see any reason not to. Zywoo just lining up 3. Just a standard day in the office for Miss.
He had on that, if I'm honest.
Use the one way. Wow, it's not even really that much.
Oh, Rush.
Okay.
All right, well, they take Nato.
Still looking for his way across as Apex is watching that. Zywoo makes it look so simple, so easy. And again, how
Everything
is
just
he
hits.
so good at just casually destroying these guys?
Well, there's another. And that's
Too dedicated to this pressure coming through connector. It was toyed with last round and denied once again. This time RPK looks like he could be in trouble here. Might want to dump that utility if he could. Zywoo's keeping it of his buddy RPK.
A's kind of open here, though.
Is it? Zywoo's here, bro. It ain't open. He's about to close this case right now. There's another. Rush goes down. He's on for the 4, but poizon pulls it from the clutches of defeat, and he's looking for a 1v4. Finds the first 3. And just like that, the star of the complexity show starts to shine a little brighter. Anticipating the push. Molly to reposition. There is a smoke for him to recover. He won't be able to do so now with a floor laden with flame. Tucking in for a safe plant. How quickly did he turn this into a winnable situation? 3 shots from the AWP. This is the hardest one of the lot, though. misutaa's got a good idea as to where poizon is playing, expecting the re-peek towards connector, and it isn't impossible that he takes it. Oh, the timing. misutaa's coming for a look. He's going to have to flick. Oh, smoke gives him the chance to stay alert. Doesn't have to rush this. Waiting it out, calling the fake. Knows misutaa would not.
I think he heard a step there too.
And that's the clean ace. My God, 4 kills. Not quite
Up here. Looking to see if NATO clears this.
Oh, lazy clear.
That's unfortunate. Could have checked that, could have had some intent behind it, because now there's problems afoot. Apex needs to find some delivery here, and he's done it. He's definitely seen the barrel, but poizon quick as ever.
Yeah, he had to find that frag. It keeps them well and truly in contention, because Shox is the only man left. Rush, kOnfig, though they have fallen, they did take one with them. And Shox with an AWP of all things. We know he's used to be more than capable with the scoped rifle. Let's see if poizon wants to walk into this line of sight. He does. Shox confirms it. Doesn't know where blame is, but he's going to try and jump out and take this fight. poizon's not in. Only RPK. Nice shot. He's a second, and NaToSaphiX is going to punish.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, it could get sketchy here.
Yeah,
Zywoo hits that, and suddenly it's on. He can hit poizon as well. Oh, Zywoo, consistently a thorn in Complexity's side. This was a guarantee. He's unarmored. He's only got a deagle. $700 invested, and they're about to pull this round out of the hat. Rush to clutch. Might have to call the bluff on that. Looking for Apex, and he has found the first, and needs a second. Shox is low, but misutaa has found the frag necessary.
How sneaky beaky can blame be?
Well, the nade's not too subtle, and neither's the steps to follow it. Called that there's a problem coming, and Shox has heard it. misutaa, however, falls for it. kOnfig and NaToSaphiX cracking open the site. Now, Apex has made it to the right place, right time, but loses out to life in the end. kOnfig keeping this competitive. However, bombs yet to be planted. That was denied by Apex. So Zywoo and RPK get another shot at this, but look who's walking forward. A confident kOnfig. Tell me more about this. The 1-for-1 trade, but you did take down Zywoo at least, leaving it in the hands of RPK.
Those firm, rugged,
Mechanic hands.
I was trying to think, what's the...
CT, but there is a smoke. The kit was on rush, but the dink came in, and Shox gonna be taking down poizon, but still, the rest of the T players can funnel all that attention towards us. It's not pretty though, Apex and Zywoo.
Apex is the first of many. They find the first corpse. It is only deagles. That MP9 was the only SMG in play here, and that scout from poizon is going to struggle if the smokes start getting deployed. misutaa tagged and fragged, and Zywoo's the one to bring out the body bag. poizon's gone. Blame onto Zywoo, though, to keep things in favor of this Complexity. Oh, wow. He's actually tagged him with the scout as well. RPK and it's NaToSaphiX. Unfortunately, doesn't convert. Both of them low, and RPK can't believe his luck. He'll collect the first, and not allowed to escape. A headshot from NaToSaphiX. He's not opted for the wallbang. I'm surprised he's not been peppered. A nice shot.
Time, so no pressure from towards top. It even re-peaks. That's very brave.
Nice shot. poizon. Oh, he's lined him up, racked him up. Get another. There's two more in middle. Two more available to him. And misutaa even tagged up to 14. One more bullet will do it. Give it to him. poizon needs the ace. It's Zywoo's head left. He's not getting kill hungry. He's letting that push come in from kOnfig. But
a figured out map like Mirage is quite good, but kOnfig wants to pick up where he left off in the last round, just to slaughter over towards middle. And
I hate it.
Big problems.
Yep, they hate it too. They're going to have to reposition, and it is going to be the first for kOnfig. Cleanly can't make it up onto RPK. This is a good chance, and he does find the first, holding down mouse one. The spray, it's wild. He's down to 10, and he's not going to find anything else. Good damage though. It does soften him up for
in crime, RPK, and he has won the first fight. This is good. It's garnered the attention of 2 now, but it is kind of split between the sides, because they did find that pick on Shox towards B, so they know this wasn't all an A hit, and now with no more sound, they did relinquish some control, and look at Apex dragging it back.
A lot of room for Apex to take within the early stages here. kOnfig's position given up.
Oh, Zywoo. Always a threat. kOnfig has to back away from this now. Should do, and does. And now down to the 2v2, but look at where they are. B is now vulnerable, and they know this. NaToSaphiX. Bloody hell, Zywoo.
pushing. Great timing. He confirms they're both coming, and that's misutaa.
Good damage done onto Rush, and that's known as, look at this, Complexity coming over to plug this hole. But there's even more holes being put in them. Zywoo takes down kOnfig. Rush goes down. poizon scope's been heard.
Good.
See you later, mate. And that's
now. Contact to be made in 2.
Yes, they didn't.
Didn't see him at all. No time now. Well handled.
Stages, and with this limited utility, they don't have too many options. There's a chance, and Shox, he will deliver. Started the game 7-0, has cooled off a little bit, but Zywoo's taken that space. And
it's been good at saving some of these.
He could very well do it here, but doesn't adjust into misutaa, and so it's just a confirmation of what we already knew. Vitality will be taking Complexity's map pick here. NaToSaphiX, the hired gun, can't get it done. 16-8. Vitality take the first map of the series here in day 3 of IEM New York.